Yes, dear ones, and this is Tara, and what a pleasure it is to be with you today, certainly so. We took a moment to connect with higher selves, with souls, with spirits. For each of you, bring your light and your love to these gatherings. Your energy precedes you, and so we work with you at that level to activate more of who you truly are in these sessions. You may have noticed the changes that are occurring within you, that are being reflected in the illusion around you. For it is an illusion, the physicality, and yet the more real, the choice to be a part of this illusion, this expression of you, of your higher self, of your soul, of God and Goddess, was made well before the physical manifestation. And yet it is not fate. It is not as though you have one form to one lifetime that is one form, but rather a series of exponential changes that occur within you first and then are expressed outwardly for you to explore, for you to respond, and to determine what is next for you. Already, the chaos is beginning to resolve itself in some ways. As you allow the light chaos to be a part of your experience, to bring more light into areas where you may have been too fixed, too focused, where you have had too much of your identity invested, to see beyond what is so right now. Change is coming. Beautiful change. Miraculous change. You have been longing for it. You have been asking, requesting in whatever way is your way to evolve your consciousness, to be a part of making the maps for your world, to change the physical illusion. A part of you does not believe that you have that impact. And that is all right. That is the part of you that is in the here and now. That is the part of you that is in the past. But we tell you the truth when we say, as you change, the illusion changes. It does not necessarily come built in with memories of how the change occurred. In some cases, because you are here to show your work, you have retained memory. But in many cases, you do not need a past to change. You simply need the future that you are stepping into. It can be that elegant. For high magic is choice, to choose the change, and then to allow spirit to gather those energies. Allow soul to bring forth the mattering. For soul works with earth consciousness to bring about the forms. And as you clarify with harm to none, with elegance, with ease, you can make those shifts and changes. You can step into the unknown and know that you are loved, that your presence matters. And then to bring some of that unknown with you. Not just any unknowns. We have you work with those you are familiar with, the beautiful, the sacred, the silent. because within those are the higher resonances of love, of light, of miracles. And so today, let's go. We have not traveled to a specific unknown in a while. You can choose which one. Perhaps you find yourself not so much in an unknown, but rather in the mystical other or in the liminal. Your higher self will guide you to that which is appropriate for you today, to gather new energy. For you are ready to change, even beyond that which you already have accomplished. There is more beauty, more love, and more light. And so when you're ready, just lean back or lie down and gently close your eyes. And breathe in a gentle breath of relaxation. And on the exhale, release the stress and strain from your day. For whenever there is talk of the unknown, of change, of chaos, it is unsettling to a part of you. Reassurances need to be made with the child and the adolescent. Your higher self is doing so now, so that you are free to journey, so that you are free to explore. Breathing in more relaxation. Allow the breath to move that relaxation into the cells, into the muscles, into the bones even, and all the space in between. And feel that relaxation flowing into you from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. We will count from 10 to 1. With each descending number, you'll go deeper and deeper. Breathing gently in and out. Allow your body to relax, to be safe as you prepare to enter an altered state of mind we call meditation. And we will count from 10 to 1. At the count of 1, you'll find yourself in your safe place. Your safe place may be a beautiful place in nature, or a room of your own design. Beautiful, familiar, and safe. Continue to breathe gently in and out. Allow the rhythm of breathing to take you deeper. 10, 9, 8, going deeper, letting go. 7, 6, 5. Begin to sense safety around you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You are there. In your safe place, feel the tingles on the soles of your feet as the earth energy rises up to greet you, swirling around you and within you, grounding you in safety. As you open your mental eyes, see what safety is made of for you. Notice the colors, bright or dim, the light of day or night, whichever is your favorite, is where you are. And the boundary, near or far, supports your sense of safety. And as you move about your safe place, experience safety in new ways. Allow it to sink into you, to be embraced by safety. It is a resonance you have created, a touchstone, a place to begin. And notice the sacred objects that are there with you, placed there by you or higher self or soul. A beautiful crystal, a mantle of magic, a staff of power, symbols or sigils, meaningful to you, a key, perhaps, a message from your dreamer, a blueprint from your Syrian magician, all there to remind you of who you truly are. The map maker, the magician, the miracle maker. You are more than the physical allows you to know. And so these journeys are so important, for they allow you to experience more of who you truly are. Invite your higher self to join you in your safe place. And there at the edge of safety, a beautiful being of light appears. Or perhaps your higher self comes in personified form, familiar to you. As you approach each other in greeting, feel the love, the unconditional love your higher self has for you. As you embrace or hold hands or just be together, whatever is your tradition, allow your heart to open wide in the presence of higher self, to feel that unconditional love fill you, to take a moment to be in love, to open your mind to something new, something more that is there in this resonance of safety, of love, of light. Today, a journey to the unknowns. Your higher self leads you beyond safety onto a path. It may be the same path you always take. It may be one that is brand new. You feel the shift in the energy as you step across the boundary of safety. Safety will always be there to return to. But for today, join your higher self to adventure, to respond to the call of soul, to adventure into something new, to gather from the unknowns. And as you walk the path beside higher self, or perhaps half a step behind, so that you can daydream or wonder, Allow your higher self to lead today, for they know the way to access the unknowns. And notice the terrain around you. It may be exactly as you expect it to be. Or perhaps it may be changing. Whatever element you need to gather from, the terrain begins to change. Perhaps you find yourself making your way to a beautiful beach with a bonfire already burning. And the waves create a gentle lull, a quietness, a centering occurs as you approach the bonfire. All the elements are present, but the fire is stronger this day, with the open sky above and the stars twinkling. Perhaps the day sky is above you instead, and a moon crossing this beautiful terrain of sky. If fire is what you need to gather, you are at the beach with the bonfire. If you need to gather from air, you are climbing that mountain. It seems as though you'd be gathering from earth, but your journey does not end on the mountain. It ends at the top, the very tippy top of that mountain, where you are surrounded by air. As you lift your arms to gather of the air, a gentle breeze swirls around you, and you feel the joy, you feel your spirit lifting in the presence of air. Perhaps instead you found yourself in the sacred grove, in the silence with the ancients. As you make your way to that clearing where a single beam of light shines. Here you gather of earth, and you even feel your grounding cord expand and connect with the roots of the trees. Allow yourself to gather in communion from earth energy as you find yourself in that clearing, surrounded by the ancients who know you so well and welcome you in the silence. Perhaps you made your way down into the beautiful valley, following a babbling brook or a little stream, following the sound all the way to the reflection pool, where a waterfall throws rainbows, beautiful colors. But you are here to gather of the water. And so sink your feet or your hands into that water and gather of the element that is needed today. Wherever you are gathering of all the elements, for they are exalted there where you are. And yet there is a primary element that is needed today to balance, to harmonize, to set things right. If you are gathering of the fire, you feel that spark of creativity, of passion being ignited within you. Perhaps you feel it in your belly first, and it expands and warms you all the way to your fingertips and your toes. And you cannot help but smile in the presence of fire, in the warmth, in the glow, in the love that is fire. If you are on a mountaintop, the air's embrace has brought the joy that you have been seeking, the dominion, the harmony, elevating your mind into new ideas, new imagination. And in that expansion, your heart sings with joy. And just let your mind expand and be carried by the air into new realms. If you're in the sacred grove, grounding into the earth, making those connections with the physicality of you. Your body mind is so aware. It is the interface between you and the physical realm. Allow the sensuality of earth to fill you, to balance all the information you are gathering. Can make sense. Isn't all you, but it's always for you. Allow your body to differentiate what is you and what is for you. And to release anything that is not one or the other. And just feel the calm, the wisdom of earth consciousness is there within you, is grounding you into the physical plane, is opening you to new information. And if you are in the valley at the pool of water, go ahead and immerse yourself. The temperature's just right, and it's a clear water, so beautiful. It helps you balance all those emotions. It helps you dream new dreams. It helps you move between the realms. And to let go of the fixed identity that keeps you set in one place. Allow yourself to flow. Allow the movement of the water to remove the boundary that is in the way today. We can always put it back after. But in order to gather from the unknowns, you must be free to gather. And just feel the boundary dissolve. You are safe. Your higher self is with you. The element of water helps you move between the realms. Whichever scene you are in, the gathering is complete. Step back from the fire. The air simply calms. . The presence of the ancients becomes more apparent as you refocus your attention. You step out of the water, your higher self drying you off. Perhaps an article of clothing to wrap yourself in. You are ready. Your higher self asks you to lie down. There's a place, a perfect place. Perhaps a blanket or a pillow or a chair or something more substantial in nature or in physical form, conjured by higher self. Make yourself at ease. Recline now, for you are going to dream. It is in the dream state that you will enter the unknown. And as you relax, gently close your mental eyes. Your higher self will care for you. Perhaps the lull of the waves, the gentle back and forth, the sound of the waves soothing you into a deep sleep state. If you're at mountaintop, you find the warmth of the earth beneath you or the coolness of the grass, wherever you are lying, whatever is comfortable. You find yourself sinking into the mountain, aware of being cradled by earth consciousness. If you're in the sacred grove, perhaps you went into a hollow of a tree, embraced, cocooned by the love of the Ancient One. If you're at water's edge, perhaps you made your way behind the waterfall into the cavern that is there, where the white noise of the water lulls you into a deep, relaxed sleep. Knowing your higher self is there, you gently close your eyes and enter a deep sleep. Your higher self draws the symbols above your physical body to unlock the light body form so that you can travel together. When the last symbol is drawn, the last chakra opened, your light body simply slips out. And as you float above, you look down and see yourself sleeping. Beautiful dreams, a smile on your lips. And you notice the golden cord that connects you to that body. It will extend infinitely with you wherever you travel. You will always find your way back. Cannot break, cannot be lost. And so reassured, you can journey. Your higher self in light body form also takes you by your light hand, and you begin to float higher and higher beyond the terrain that you found yourself in. As you look down one last time, you see your body there peacefully sleeping, your higher self beside you. Fascinating that your higher self is with you and with the you sleeping. And so confident that you are cared for, your higher self lifts you higher and higher, seeking the unknown, or perhaps the mystical other. Keep drifting higher and higher. Enjoy the weightlessness that you are in the more real. There are no forms for you to be concerned with. It is all energy. Feel the freedom that comes from being the more real of you, the pure energy that you are, the light and the love that you are extends forever. There is no true separation between you and higher self and soul and spirit and God and goddess. These are domains for you, for the conscious you, to understand more. But they are not true separations. They are part of the illusion. And so allow yourself to just expand. Allow your consciousness to be free of the illusion. Your higher self is directing you, perhaps to the beautiful unknown, perhaps to the sacred unknown, perhaps to the silent unknown, perhaps into the liminal or into the mystical other. You may see it as 5 different portals, or you may be aware of only one, the one that is right for you today. Do not think too hard on it. Your higher self is guiding you to that which is for your highest good. And as you approach the gateway, for there is a gateway into the unknown, you are not just instantly in the unknown. It is always by choice that you go there. And so as you turn to higher self, allow yourself to request the information you need to enter the unknown. Whatever concern you have bubbles up automatically. Whatever desire you have to enter the unknown is there as well. The trust that is automatically there between you and higher self. The knowing that you are more is also there. Fascinating how super conscious you are of yourself, different than before. There's also a sense of whether you are ready, or whether there's more information to gather. Turn to higher self and request whatever is needed to answer concerns that you may have. They may be your concerns or from other lifetimes. They may be the concerns of the child or the adolescent. Allow your higher self to manage the expectation and to answer the concerns so that you are free to journey forth. And when you are ready, and you are, the portal opens. And you feel yourself pulled in to the space that is the unknown. You can identify which one by what you sense, the beauty, all that is beautiful. Beauty has a resonance. Expands your consciousness. The sacred In the sacred, you feel the presence of God and Goddess, the union that is God and Goddess. You sense your own divinity, the worth that you are, the unconditional love that you are. In the silent, unknown, you're simply quiet. There is no external input. You can be at peace. If you enter the liminal, the space between where paradox can be resolved, solutions to solutionless problems can be arrived at. It is a magical space. Allow yourself to be in between. Relax into possibility. In the mystical other, open your senses to new dimensionality. To the magic, to the mysticism. There are traditions you can refer to, but you are creating your own tradition. Open yourself to what is to come. Wherever you are, gather. Gather and gather and gather from this and that, giving what you gather to your higher self, who will integrate the energies into you. Notice where your attention goes. That which is familiar you will recognize right away, but there is so much you have never encountered. And it simply requires your willingness to gather anyway. Give up the need to know how it's going to be. Your higher self will manage the energy so it is in such a way that is for your highest good, so that it is in time and space in a way that is with elegance and ease. Let yourself be immersed in the beauty, in the sacred, in the silent, in the liminal, in the mystical other, wherever you are gathering. At a certain point, you hear a sound or Become aware of a sensation. And you're back there at Ocean Beach, on Mountain Top, in Sacred Grove, perhaps behind the waterfall. And you open your mental eyes, and there your higher self has completed the process of bringing you back and helps you to rise up, for you must journey back to safety. It need not take long, but it does take some effort, and you need to ground all that you have gathered. And so the walking helps you ground. And so you find that path and you begin to walk with higher self leading the way. You begin the journey back to safety. You feel lighter. You know something is different. You don't know what yet. But there seems to be more of you returning. Perhaps you're more aware of the terrain, as though you're floating above the path. Your higher self quickly gets you back to safety. You feel the shift in the energy as you cross the threshold. And even safety feels safer, is more of who you are, has changed with you, has deepened in its sense of safety. It is time to return. Say your goodbyes, and as you do so, your higher self moves to the edge of safety to return to their realm. As you prepare to return to the here and now at the count of 5, you will be back, remembering all that is appropriate and not a bit more. We will count from 1 to 5. With each number, you return a little bit more until you are fully conscious at the count of 5. 1, 2, returning. 3, sense your fingers and your toes, wiggle them about a bit. 4, and 5. Open your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale to ground. Allow yourself to be back in the here and now, fully so. Rub your legs or arms or gently tap your forehead as you return.